Alrighty guys, we're back for some Raven Aggro, and this is a Dominaria United Standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. What do we got in the brew? We got the Raven Man, 4 of them in here. Even though it's legendary, I really want to see this card. So 2 mana, 2/1 at the beginning of each end step. If a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 black bird creature token with flying, and this creature can't block. Pretty cool card, guys. It has another ability here at the bottom where you can pay 4 mana, tap it, each opponent discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. I don't know how often we're actually going to do that, but it could come into play. What else do we got? We got 3 Concealing Curtains, and we've played this in past Mono Black Aggro builds, and we're always pleasantly surprised just how much damage that Revealing Eye can actually do. And then, of course, when it does transform into the Revealing Eye, targeted opponent reveals their hand, and you may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card, so works with Raven Man. Cool. Got 4 cut downs naturally, just amazing removal, isn't it? We got 4 Evolved Sleepers, so I think you guys have seen Evolved Sleeper enough for me not to go over it, but wow, does this card do a lot and give us so many options, so many different ways to keep mana open, keep a cut down open, for example, but then just buff this to a 2/2. Just an incredible card. We got 3 Jadars, so 2 mana, 1/1 legendary creature at the beginning of your end step. If you control no creatures with Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. I've been playing more and more Jadar recently, and the main reason for that is because Liliana is everywhere. We got 4 of them in here too, and for good reason. It is excellent, a very powerful planeswalker. More often than not, you're going to play this out and -2 immediately. And then the +1 hopefully doesn't hurt us as much as it hurts the opponent. That's the plan, at least, as we have cards like Tenacious Underdog to discard. Of course, Liliana of the Veil, the +1 ability here, each player discards a card. Of course, it works with the Raven Man, so very cool synergy there. Yeah, did I mention the 4 Tenacious Underdogs? It's an aggro build. It makes way too much sense to be in here. The Blitz ability on this will just straight up win you games as the opponent struggles to keep up with removing your creatures, and then you just keep blitzing Tenacious Underdog back and win the game that way. We got 4 Fell Stingers in this build. So what could this be instead? Well, it's pretty obvious, right? Graveyard Trespasser is so powerful, and the main reason that I'm not rocking the Trespasser instead of Fell Stinger is because I wanted to be different. And also, Fell Stinger, I don't know, I really like Fell Stinger, and it has this beautiful synergy with Sheoldred, which we'll go over in a second. But yeah, Trespasser's really good, isn't it? Just something to think about. So Fellstinger is a 3 mana, 3/2 Death Touch, and Death Touch is pretty good, especially with all those chunky creatures floating about. You know, it trades with Sheoldred, so you can swing in if the opponent is rocking a Sheoldred, because I'm sure they'll just take the 3 damage at that point. But still, Death Touch goes a long way. Has an exploit ability here. When Fellstinger exploits a creature, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So what you can do with Sheoldred, which of course we have a couple of them in here on the top end of the build. So Sheoldred is a 4 mana, 4/5, as though you guys don't know, right? And then Death Touch, whenever you draw cards, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. So pretty sweet combo with Fellstinger is you can target your opponent, they'll lose the 2 life from the Fellstinger, and then an additional 2 life for each card that they draw off the Stinger, so 6 damage total. Yeah, that could close out a game, and that's actually pretty insane. And if you're not closing out a game that way, and you end up targeting yourself with this instead, then of course you gain the life from the Sheoldred when you draw those cards, so you're actually not losing that 2, you're gaining 2 total. Pretty cool. We got a single Hero's Downfall here, and this could be your spot removal of choice. If you want an Infernal Grasp, go for it. I think being able to target a Planeswalker is going to go a long way. What I've been seeing right now since Meathook is out of here is a little bit more mid-range, I guess, kind of, sorta. I think it's going to be important to be able to hit Planeswalkers is all. Another card here on the top end is the Long Reach of Night. So this is a 4-mana card where each opponent sacrifices, this is for the first 2 chapters, by the way, each opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. Okay, so another way to get the opponent to discard cards for the Raven Man. Pretty cool. Now, people were playing this, and they of course had cards in the deck like Soul Transfer as well, and Soul Transfer, of course, worked with like Meathook too. So I think overall, though, just having 2 turns of that ability is pretty powerful, and it can clear up the opponent's board too. And then, of course, on the 3rd chapter, it flips into Animus of Night's Reach, which has Menace. It is a 0/4, and when it attacks, it gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in defending player's graveyard. So hey, at least Trespasser isn't gobbling up the opponent's graveyard for this card, right? So we have 24 total land, and one of them is, of course, an Abandoned Mire. Some other honorable mentions, guys, of course, Invoke Despair. I really wanted to focus on the aggro side of things, and if you add a couple Invoke Despairs, it's definitely starting to lean towards mid-range, as though it's not already doing that, right? Because we are very, very easily going to be able to slip into the mid-range side of things with the Lilianas and the Sheoldreds and all that other nonsense. So, just not this time, but in the honorable mentions, we may talk about wanting to slip at least one of these in, because man, this can put in a lot of damage, huh? And of course, Duress and Dread Fugue could be really cool in a Raven Man deck, so just something to think about. Oh, guys, I skipped Pilfer, didn't I? Did I? Yeah, I think I skipped over this. I was bouncing around. So we have a 2-mana sorcery speed card here. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Very nice. It works with Raven Man. You get to grab any non-land card. I don't know, man. Seems pretty good. We're going to be seeing a bunch more like different sweepers and stuff. Maybe Pilfer gets rid of one, and the deck can definitely go wide with all these birdies. We really don't want to see it depopulate or something like that. And a lot of people are practicing with new sweepers right now, so we'll see if Pilfer can find one. Either way, guys, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first match. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, we've been getting right into that first match a lot easier recently. Good hand. Got to see the Raven Man right away. This is sweet. This is sweet, guys. Turn 2 Raven Man, turn 3 flip that curtain. Sounds good to me. Spara's headquarters. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a domain build. Yeah, Proving Ground. I bet it's a domain build. Alright, let's find out. Let's see what you got here, opponent. Oh my. Unleash the Inferno, Kami War, Loam Speaker, a Braid. Dude, what do I hit here? Probably the Kami War. Oh man. They're so far from it, though. Like, the Abrade might be better, but no. Let's hit the Loam Speaker. I'm crazy. I don't know. This is really tough. Get a 1/1 bird here. By hitting the Loam Speaker, it kind of gets rid of a blocker, because we don't have removal in hand. And so, but like the Abrade, yeah, I don't know. So Abrade is open right now. Tempted by the blitz on the underdog. The Abrate's probably gonna hit the Raven Man. 2 cards in hand that we just don't know about. I'm gonna blitz underdog, guys. Oh man, that could be bad, but it's a lot of damage, and the Abrate doesn't hit the Revealing Eye, and they're not gonna take the bird. So if they don't take Raven Man and they go for a little bit less damage by hitting underdog instead, like, that's really bad. And then we have the second Raven Man in hand. I don't know. I like the blitz there, because they're already at 8. We don't know if they have their 4th mana in their hand. I don't know. Because we also could have held that back, and there's the Destroy Evil. Still have a Raven and the blitz. 1 mana open over there for them. Long reach. We could draw off the Fellstinger here too. I don't know if we play this out as a land. We might actually end up using it. We don't want them to pull it back, but I don't think that establishing a board state right now is the best thing to do. Just letting the Tenacious Underdog do its thing might be enough to get us there. Because at this point, the opponent is so low, they need life gain or something, because eventually we'll be able to slip that damage through. That's our hope, at least. If 5 mana open and they pass, that's gotta be instant speed removal then. Instant speed removal on the underdog would suck, so we could always set up for next turn if we wanted to. Sleeper's pretty good. Jadar's pretty good. Helps us go wide. GG opponent. Maybe they didn't have instant speed removal. Maybe they just didn't like the fact that we were thinking it through. We had a ton of cards in hand, and they took so much damage early on. So they probably had that domain sweeper card as well. Like I said, a lot of people are testing out these new sweepers right now. I even saw a vampire build that was running the vampire sweeper. It does like 2 damage to everything except for vampires or whatever. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of test matches with my different builds ever since the Meat Hook banned, and it's been interesting. It's a lot less aggro that like there's not a lot of people playing aggro at all, actually. It's mostly people just trying out new sweepers in mid-range builds. It's a good hand. It's not as good as that first hand, though. My goodness, that first game, that hand was just beautiful. Still a good hand, though. There's our 1-drop. Yeah, we'll set up Raven Man, because we have a turn 3 Liliana that we might use. Huh. They keep it open. I have a feeling Raven Man's going to perish here. Still drop the Liliana, though. We'll try a swing. Oh, it doesn't stick. Okay, let's try it. Do the discard and get rid of underdog. I think that's fine. A little greedy just for a Raven, but but it's worth it for the spirit of the deck. Because we also had like the sleeper and Jadar too, so they cut down the Raven Man. Oh my goodness. Probably discard that 5th swamp. Do we just start blitzing back the underdog? Maybe. Kind of what we did last game, though. Start with the discard. I'm curious to see more of their deck. We don't need 5. It's going to be a land from them. Oh, Titan of Industry's in the... Oh. Titan of Industry is in the grave, guys. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get these down then. Start blitzing next turn. And if we didn't do the discard, we could have had the swamp here to make them think that maybe this was a cut down, but it's not like people ever play around that anyways. Soul of Windgrace. Oh my goodness. Wait, we can just have them sacrifice that. They're gonna need something fancy here. Am I crazy? Just -2. I suppose they wanted the 5th?
Off you go.
Wanted the 5th mana? I want the draw on the Underdog Blitz here for sure. Down to 8. Excuse me, guys. So what I'm thinking is they could bring back the Titan if they were looking for the 5th mana there. So the -2, if they bring back Titan, they get the 4/4. Oh, Sheoldred's a terrific draw. They could go 4/4, gain 5 life, back up to 13. Oh, it's not going to be the Titan? No way. I thought they were going to do the, for 5 mana, bring back Titan. Because the Soul of Windgrace was just going to get sacrificed. Oh, GG, opponent. My goodness. Well then. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it because my test games, I played maybe 5 of my different builds that I was trying to piece together for the Meat Hook ban, and I was getting obliterated because my first thought, of course, was, well, we got to try out some go wide strategies, and everyone else had the exact opposite thought of how are we going to replace Meat Hook. And so it's nice to get some victories here, especially at the beginning of the video, because then, as I always say, like, oh, the rest of the matches can go however they want, you know. Ooh, I really like these opening hands. They are clean. Turn 1 Sleeper, turn 2 Raven Man. I might want to consider 4 curtains instead of 3, and then 3 sleepers, because it is a Raven Man deck, so the discard is important. The problem is, yeah, sleeper's so good though, so the 3 curtains still make sense, but I imagine if that was curtain again, like, that's just a beautiful lineup. Jadar's actually pretty good, because we have Fellstinger. It's a terrific draw. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna go Jadar because we have the Fellstinger. It's not like this has flash or anything, so you don't want to swing in with the Decayed Zombie. You want to sacrifice it first. Okay. Or, yeah, or after, of course, just don't swing with it. So, Swamp, not bad. It's good to see the mana we need. Could always save Sheoldred as the rest of the damage. I don't like the lifelink here. We do have enough removal in the build. We just don't have it right now. Alright. I'm gonna swing with Sweeper and see if they block, which I doubt they do. And I think we're still going to go Fellstinger, draw 2. Then again, if we get Sheoldred down first... that's tough. Let's go Fellstinger. Let's go Fellstinger. Because we can always draw more Fellstingers too, so... Usually I'm pretty greedy about it, but I don't think greed is going to be the answer here. Get more creatures down sooner than later, and then the sleeper can always buff next turn. But it looks like we're gonna try Sheoldred. I don't like this 3 mana open though. Okay. We're gonna start with the swing. Jadar and the zombie are just chilling for now. We could actually buff Sleeper this time. They'll take 6 damage if we do that. Oh, nice. Cathar Commando. So now we're going to definitely play Sheoldred this turn. Well, it depends. If they go Sleeper, okay. Okay, yeah, those trades are definitely worth... Yeah, those are good trades for us, I'd say. What do you guys think? I think that worked out nicely. So they lost the 2 from the lifelink that they gained. Depopulate? You monster. Alright, well. Do we drop everything? Second depopulate would be really bad. Keep a sleeper back, I think. We could also... That's fine. This is fine. I get, maybe it was actually 2 sleepers. That might have actually been a better call. And just keep the Raven Man in hand then. Felstinger, nice. So Abandoned Mire can bring back the Sheoldred to our hand. I don't like swinging right into a Wandering Emperor, but I mean, honestly, what are you gonna do, you know? See what they end up doing, because it just might be nothing. They want us to spend mana on this before Emperor hits. Oh, I don't like it. See, we could stop now. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend all of it. Because we have a great hand. Ah, there's the Emperor. Ah, I knew it. Played into it. Well, we get to save Raven Man, at least. Oh! They actually go for the 2-2. I'm okay with this. They go 2-2. That might mean Depopulate doesn't exist next turn. That was all very weird because it was already in our blocking steps, so they weren't able to block with the Samurai, right? That was like all weird timing stuff, I think. We're gonna play the other sleeper, yeah. So they want to do the -2 on their turn. That makes sense. Get a creature, and they actually just concede. Okay, I don't know what just happened, guys, honestly. Maybe they only had land in hand, but also maybe they didn't like that play with the Emperor? I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments, what was the opponent thinking here? For me, I don't know if I would have just done the -2 right away. It didn't really matter. They eventually got rid of the threat, but I mean, they ended up taking the damage. But then they gained the 2 life from the Wander. I don't entirely know what happened there. Maybe they accidentally messed up the timing of it all. I know that happens to me sometimes, so I'm just like, oh crap, we had to do this first, or something like that, you know? That was weird. I'll take the victories, though. I don't know if... don't know if I deserve that one. Dang, dude, I love these hands. Excuse me. These hands are amazing. Holy cow. It's been a second since I've just like played a deck and I'm just like completely satisfied with how the opening hands are, you know? So we go Jadar because we have the Felstinger. Drawing extra cards early on can really go a long way. Wedding announcement. Hello. Sleeper. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no swings this turn. Sacrifice a creature. Zambi. Another swamp. Okay. Nice. Yeah, all of this is pretty good. Like I said, no swings this turn. That's an easy trade. Go for the March on the Jadar. Wow. That's 2 March out of their deck already, so that's pretty good. Another Swamp. We don't mind the extra mana, not when we have Sleeper and Curtain and stuff like that. We might actually just... So we'll full swing here. A double block into Fellstinger isn't half bad when they're about to flip the announcement. So they probably just take the 5. They're tapped out, so like going Curtain this turn to try to like grab something out of their hand before combat isn't worth it. So yeah, let's swing. I think they take the 5 here. Right, because this is going to flip. These are going to be 2/2s, so... And now we can go Curtain, but I think we're just going to... It's a little scary to drop everything, because we know that people are just trying all the other board wipes, so... Dropping everything's scary, man. How about this? Let's go Jadar and Raven, man. Keep the Sleeper and the Curtains back. Oh, the problem with that is that's really going to tempt to depopulate because now we have 4 creatures and it just looks like great value. Oh no. Oh, okay, it's not. Okay, it's a companion. Whew. It's another companion. That's actually pretty bad because these are all going to get a buff at the end here. That's scary. So, Swamp, that's fine. I really want to see what's in their hand and get a Raven on the board, maybe. We can swing with our Zambi, or we can use our Fellstinger with it, but we'll probably keep the Jadar. Alright, let's see what's in their hand. Get a Raven going. See what's in here. They're tapped out too, guys, so... Depopulate, yeah, that makes it. Farewell, this is gonna be awful, guys. Oh no. Alright, we gotta take the Depopulate. 2 mana away from the Farewell, and the Wandering Emperor is just nasty. Right, so we'll do that. Wait to play the Sleeper. They're gonna take the 2 from this zombie regardless, and we don't swing with Fellstinger. I don't know how we're gonna get past some... Oh, okay, well. Well then. Do we keep Sleeper in hand, by the way? I think the answer is yes. We're about to really start tempting the opponent with a wide board state here. Yeah, they found a 5th mana. I'm gonna take 6. I doubt it's gonna be a board wipe right now. I doubt they drew another one. So maybe I don't want to put Companion in the yard. They were pretty... I don't know. We don't know what we're up against is the problem. Restoration. Oh yeah, we knew they had Restoration, which is great to bring Companion back. So yeah, that trade last turn makes a little bit more sense. Wow, Sunset Revelry. Wow, the opponent's deck looks really good. Okay. That's tough, man. That's really tough to get around. Ravenman's ability, they can just discard the plains. Play another Swamp, that's fine. The Fellstinger trade really sucks. At least Revealing Eye has Menace. A Ravenman trade would suck too. So let's go. I'm gonna have to start accepting a trade somewhere though. These 2 can't block, and it's looking pretty dangerous for us. The Sleeper is gonna be hitting the board this turn. And the second Fellstinger, I might hold. It's weird, but let's keep the first Fellstinger too. Now they easily double block this then, huh? Yeah, let's go like that. I think we're gonna lose, unfortunately, is the big issue here. So the double block, so the Fellstinger got through then. That's not bad. Like overall, this is actually working out quite nicely. So we can go Raven in the air if we wanted to. Like we could use this. We still get the sleeper down as an emergency blocker if they find a way through. They have Wandering Emperor, hit Fellstinger, or Raven Man. They discard the planes, then they don't have the Farewell, so they might discard Emperor? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this. Let's go Raven Man. For the sake of just using Raven Man, you know? They do go Emperor. Okay, we're gonna keep Sleeper back in hand then, because they have the 6 for Farewell. They're gonna swing first, and we're gonna chump with Jadar then. Yeah, these board wipes, man. It's tough. It's tough. Bring back the doggy and draw. That's cool. The opponent's deck is really cool. Take 6. We chump with Jadar because the Farewell's coming. Like, they're not gonna let us keep this board state right now. Not when they're at 9. Well, it depends what they drew, though. They drew, like, a second Wandering Emperor or something. Like, look, they discarded a wedding announcement just to bring back a doggy. So maybe they're just drawing fire over there, you know? This is a really fun deck, guys. I really like this. Farewell, yeah. Alright, so they're at 9. We're at 6. They're about to get an Architect of Restoration. Ravenman's a great draw. I don't mind the Fellstinger to draw 2 here. But going down to 4 is pretty scary. Pretty scary. And the Fellstinger's Death Touch might be the only way to get through this Architect. So let's not exploit, unless we want to get rid of Ravenman as the exploit target. 1, 2. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's exploit. See what we draw here. Keep the Fellstinger. Go down to 4. Another Swamp, another Fellstinger. Huh. Okay. I don't think this is bad. We could have just, like, run everything onto the board, and we would have had the Raven Man, but yeah, the Architect's a problem, so... Our hero's downfall would be pretty good, actually. This is scary, guys. Just like mono white control, I guess. Uh-oh. Couple more humans. Oh, that's brutal. And they get to draw too. Ah, man. It's been a second since we've seen Sunset Revelry, which is a little bit surprising, huh? A little bit surprising. A second sleeper. We're at 4. We're sweating. A Sheoldred would have been perfect. A while ago, though, huh? These sleepers might just... See, the third ability on the sleeper. Let's draw. Oh, there's so much we can do. So many options. I'm gonna draw. We're gonna go down to 3. Because we could find... Oh, removal. But they have so many tokens. See, there's a problem because we're struggling with the fact that we can't go... We can't just swing, you know? The Architect's too good because if they block, then they get the 1/1, which happens to be buffed from the wedding announcement, and they're just like too wide. Then they full swing and we die, so... Gonna go Liliana, and maybe Liliana takes some damage for us. They lose a 2/2 here. And losing our Raven Man earlier to our Fellstinger, maybe that was a bad play because, you know, we could have plussed this instead and then got a 1/1 in the air. But that's the thing, it's only a 1/1, so... I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is gonna be a tricky one. My hope is the Liliana can tank some damage for us because maybe they end up going for... Nope, they go face. Get a 2/2 over there. That's going to take care of that. That's going to take care of that. And Okay. Death Touch doing a thing for us. The sleeper is still there. Depopulate. Oh, man. All right, well, we have another sleeper. We have a Felstinger. I don't think I want to use the Felstinger to draw, but it could be good. I think we just run these out on the board, though. I don't think we draw off of this. Going down to one's not that sketchy against like mono white control or mid-range, whatever you want to call it. But just having the creature is just better, I think, here. Plus the Liliana safely. Let's see what that last card was, huh? A farewell! Get out of here, opponent! My goodness. They don't have any cards in hand. We don't have any cards in hand. I'll just use these now. No, I'll wait. That's fine. No, I better use it now. I don't know. Is it better to use it now? Because I guess it just doesn't matter. I'm trying to think if there's like anything that they could draw to stop us from using that ability, but we got there. Let's go, guys. Oh my goodness. The Liliana lockdown, huh? Oh man. Woo. I probably could have played that one better. I feel like I was overthinking it somewhere in the middle there, or maybe I wasn't thinking enough. I don't really know. Let's see if we can get one more in. Super satisfied with how these games have went. I don't think I deserved some of them, but we got there anyways, and the deck draw is really good, and the opening hands are just excellent. I am so satisfied right now. Okay, now this is actually one of the worst opening hands, because it's definitely like it's trying to stop what the opponent's doing, right? There's a lot of interaction here. Not a lot for us on the board. I'm gonna try it. Dude, like this game could go either way. I don't really care. If we lose this one, I am completely satisfied. Check to see what the opponent's rocking over here. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's gonna be Orzhov. I thought it was gonna be more mono white, which honestly, this is just as bad. Let's hit one of the Emperors. Double Wandering Emperor is pretty scary, but like everything in there is really bad for us. Tempted to draw off a Felstinger. We know Felstinger is just going to get picked up by the Borrowed Time anyways. Liliana could also just go +1. We could get rid of a Cut Down because that's not... I guess it hits a 2/2 Samurai from Wandering Emperor. I'm going to draw 2 here. I think that was a good draw. Kind of filter through the deck a little bit. Tenacious Underdog, that is a terrific draw. Restoration, okay. Okay. Maybe this is the same build, but we didn't get to see their splash of black in the last one, right? I don't know. I'm just gonna play the Underdog. We're gonna keep the Cut Down open, which it might hit like a dog that they discard here, but I don't really want to hit a dog. That's a funny way to put it. Borrowed Time, okay. So Borrowed Time hits the Underdog. If we would have blitzed the Underdog, we would have gotten past the Borrowed Time. That's something to consider. I'm doing it. Let's cut that Underdog down and ruin their Borrowed Time. Nice. Yeah, using a Cut Down on something like it's the Spirited Companion. That's what I meant by dog, by the way, guys. The Spirited Companion, like that's not the best target, and then they could always play like a second Restoration too. Felstinger's pretty great. We gotta like play the long game somehow. I guess we blitz out Underdog, because again, they have the second Borrowed Time. It gets around the Emperor, like they won't just Like, it's not a creature on the board that they can slam the -2 against. So Architect, we know Felstinger can deal with that. But also we have Liliana, so I'd be shocked if they don't just pass here. Like, they have 5 mana, they have Destroy Evil, they have Emperor. Concealing Curtains is a terrific draw. I'm telling you guys, this deck draws beautifully so far. Let's see if Liliana hits. Or survives, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're rocking blue, so... -2. Wandering Emperor. They're gonna sacrifice the Samurai. I hadn't considered that, actually. We have Hero's Downfall open. And I'm wondering if we want to do that on our turn.
One of your friends has to leave.
I think we might want to. Could always play Felstinger. We know that this could drop more 2/2s. Alright. I'm gonna make sure we put a stop before they swing with the Architect. And I'm gonna wait until their turn this time round. Just in case. I'm trying to think if there's any reason not to. Because they still had 1 mana open, right? And I doubt there's protection spells in a deck like this. Really weird that we're seeing the same... like the same deck, pretty much, right? And it does. It looks like a splash. Okay, they grab a 2/2. We have the second Liliana, but eh. Phyrexian Missionary. Oh, the kicker cost on this. Nope, they're gonna keep 4 open instead. Turn target creature. Oh, that's why. It's a creature, not a permanent. Swamp's good. We could go plus here. Discard the swamp, because we don't need 6 mana. It wouldn't be bad to have 6. Curtains is a great blocker, and we get to grab something out of their hand right now, like the Borrowed Time. But Curtains also gets hit by the Destroyed Evil. Man, dude, these decisions are hard. Let's do that anyways, and then still drop the Felstinger then. Because we have the Swamp. We go Swamp, Felstinger. It's in their hand. They go for the Destroy Evil, but we still get to pick something out of their hand. We don't get to pick something out of their hand. I'm crazy and don't know how to play Magic. Why don't we get to pick something out of their hand? Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose. I didn't know that that effect would fizzle out. Huh. But my Magic veterans... let me know, why did the effect fizzle out? Maybe I'm just not thinking correctly right now. I thought the effect would still go through, but I guess not. Now I'm tempted to draw here, honestly. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw, guys. I was originally gonna keep the creatures on the board, but not bad. See if they had an extra planes in hand so they could keep the Borrowed Time open. And they're gonna take the Liliana this turn. Nope, they got rid of the Borrowed Time, so I wonder what's left in their hand. They've been tough matches, tough games. I definitely could have played these out better. Liliana's out of here. They swing down to 11. Gonna be an uphill battle. So is the last one. We'll see if we can get there. Oh, farewell. They want to get rid of those underdogs. Oh, that is so good. Oh, no. Oh, that is so bad. Oh, I never would have imagined just having those options of underdogs there. I mean, yeah, we could have blitzed underdog back, swung at Emperor, and they probably would have lost Emperor and kept the Samurai, maybe? Because we're getting low? Ooh, guys. Oh, man, that was a good play, opponent. I don't know if I would have thought of that. I probably would have just been sitting on Farewell in my hand. All right, we're going to run everything down. We're going to take care of that missionary now. Do we go minus or get rid of card in hand? I guess minus. Get rid of these creatures. They get another one, though, next turn. We go plus, we get a 1/1 in the air, but then they just swing at Liliana, which is 4, which that'll be 4 too, though, because of the Emperor. All right, fine. We'll take care of the creature. I guess that's fine. We just don't get a 1/1, and the Raven Man's so fun. Get a 2/2. Jadar. Cool. Discard that card, sir. It's gonna be a land.
We all have things we'd rather.
So these mono white builds, I wonder how common they are right now. All my test matches that I played with all those other decks, though, that I was talking about, I did not see this one before, so maybe it's a new one that people are coming up with. Easy trade, because they can always get another one, but then they get the first strike counter next turn, which is pretty rough. I'm gonna hold back. We don't want to trade the Raven Man, not when we're getting some evasion in the sky. +1 counter, swing at Liliana, and block with Jadar. And then it's finally our time. No, they actually drew something useful. No, that's so bad. Oh, the -2 on Liliana is so bad with AO because they probably get rid of AO and just use that ability. Oh, they got something useful and it's awful. Oh, what a top deck. What a game. Still worth the sacrifice, do you guys think? Let's do it. I think the AO might be the nail in the coffin, and I think that right now is the time. Oh, they're gonna keep the AO. We are at 11, so having the evasion in the sky, it makes sense, I guess. You can always blitz down Underdog. I'm sorry, opponent. I thinking this through a little bit here. If we blitz Underdog down, there. Is it the blitz? Yeah, blitz. We gotta take care of that Wandering Emperor. Wait, we can save this back now. What am I doing? I'm not thinking. They block. Or they don't have to, but either way, the Wandering Emperor dies here now. So that's the goal. That's what we wanted. Okay. Okay. Emperor's gone. AO. Okay, Jadar off the top. We need an answer for AO immediately. And the problem is if AO gets answered. Oh, see? Now they get the planes. That would have been nice. The Underdog blitz. Jadar. Birdie can't block. That's it, guys. That's it. Drop the Jadar. We could actually wait. No, I didn't think of it until now. Oh no, the blitz on Tenacious Underdog drew us a card. If we didn't play Jadar, we would have had 3 mana open. And then what if we saw the hero's downfall off the top? What if we see it? What if we see it there? Oh no, please, game. Okay, it's just a Jadar. Okay. I saw that after and I was like, oh yeah, we would have had 3 open. Oh, good game, opponent. Good game. Hey, 80% total win rate for the build. Those last 2 games were the same deck, right? I'm pretty sure. Maybe this second to last one didn't have the splash of black, but they were very similar. The AO draw for the opponent, that was an insane draw. Very cool deck. I wonder how many AOs they're rocking, because I don't know if one of them would be enough, because 2 of them, huh? Top end of the build here, like, seems pretty cool. Well, And then also, yeah, if you're ever forced to wipe the board with a depopulate or something, at least AO can do things. Pretty cool, man. I don't know. Like, people testing all these different builds now that Meat Hook is gone. It's actually been kind of crazy, huh? Here is Raven Aggro once again. It could definitely last those mid games, huh? So when I put it up on Aether Hub, I'll probably go ahead and put aggro slash mid range, which only makes sense, right? We got the Liliana and the Sheoldred nonsense going on here. So I like this one. This was really fun. Last time we did Mono Black, I think the last time was our Mono Black Zombies, and I really liked that one too. And it's like this Felstinger and Sheoldred nonsense. Like, I just really like Felstinger as a card, I guess. The Raven Man was sweet, guys. I would have loved to see more birdies flying through, but, you know, the more you play with it, the more you'll see it, so that's something. Of course, Tenacious Underdog, Sleeper, Cut Down Curtains, all that is amazing. Jadar is pretty epic, guys. I really like Jadar. If you're ever up against a mirror match, which as of right now isn't very often because everyone's trying out different things without the meat hooks, so... but if you ever are up against the mirror match, and you're still gonna see Liliana regardless, like, Jadar just completely shuts that down because that extra decayed zombie being produced every turn is just really good. And then having that zombie to sacrifice to Felstinger, of course, is amazing. Sacrificing Felstinger to itself just for the sake of drawing happens to be really good too. We might need more removal. You might need to go up a Hero's Downfall. It depends what you're seeing in your meta, and it depends where the meta is going to settle, because it has been shaken, guys. The meta has definitely been shaken over the last couple days, or at least for me, I'm seeing very different things popping up on the ladder, so I really liked this. Did we get to see the Long Reach of Night today come down? I don't think so. I think it's still worth it. I think, like, the whole, like, sacrifice a creature unless they discard a card, I think, like, giving them that option to discard a card, it just gets a lot worse if we have the Raven Man, of course, and so... yeah, I think it's worth it on the top end, but if you don't like it, you could always go up to like a third Sheoldred, because Sheoldred happens to be just way too powerful. Or you could drop it, go up that Invoke Despair that we talked about. I don't know if you necessarily need the Invoke Despair in here. Yeah, it's really powerful, and we're mono black, so why not, you know, push it a little bit more mid-range, get that very top end of 1 or 2 Invoke Despairs. You might be satisfied, but then you might also need to go up to 25 mana too. And at that point, what else are you dropping? You could drop like one of the Pilfers maybe. So like a Long Reach of Night, one of the Pilfers, go up 2 Invokes, but you're still going to need to find room for that 25th mana. Potentially, 24 should still be enough for only 2 top-end 5 drops. However, sometimes it's just not enough, and there's a lot of cards in here that take up mana. Need that 3 mana to transform the Curtains. You need a lot of mana to transform Sleeper. Sorry, not transform, but, you know, buff up the Sleeper and stuff. So, I don't know. I like this. That's all I got to say. What would you guys add or take out? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions. And I super duper appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video.